my goodness. I hope the banger tunes woke everybody up. I gotta wake everybody up. From my mouth, from your mouth, to the network of USA and everybody that works there. This show does not need to be 3 hours. Under no circumstances does this show need to be 3 hours. Saturday night's main event. They got everybody prepped and ready for Saturday night in San Antonio. God, I can't wait for the Royal Rumble. If this is the television that we're going to get, God, I can't wait till we get to Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I'm going to try and wrap up this review in the most timeliest of fashions. Let's talk. We're going to the OTS venue. We're going to walk downstairs to my mother's basement. We're going to have some great cocktails. And when I get there and walk through those doors on this Friday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? And we'll serve my guy Ibu a third drink tonight. I think he needs it after this week. I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post-show for January 24th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Friday evening, this boring Friday evening, wherever you may be. I love when we can start a stream off with a bomb. And tonight, We got him started with Raging Girl Gamer with a $100 super chat. What's up to my OTS family and my favorite YouTuber, JD? Haven't done this in a while. Also, I'm currently sick with the flu. My husband gave it to me, RIP. But I'm better now. All hail Queen Nia Jax for the Royal Rumble. Rage. Another round of applause for Rage. Thank you, Rage. Hopefully you feel better. And give my regards to your husband. And call him a fucking geek. Courtesy of JD for giving you the flu. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. What is going on? Oh, my goodness. We have another $100 super chat bomb from my guy, Adam Casper with a $100 super chat. Happy Friday, JD and everybody. I'm up and awake, LOL. WWE is in cruise control now. Absolutely, Adam Casper. Absolutely. Appreciate you very much for stopping by. I'm going to try and wake everybody up. You guys are waking me up with this unbelievable support on this Friday night, man. And we got another mini bomb. Another mini bomb from Rage with a $50 super chat. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I hit 30 days sober, and I'm 5 away from 3,200 subscribers. So even being sick, I'm very happy. Your motivation has helped me so much. So thank you, JD. You know what, Rage? That's going to get a holy shit shoot. That is better than any amount of super chat, Rage. Keep that shit going. 30 days sober is something to be incredibly proud of. I'm proud of you, and I'm sure the rest of the OTS community is proud of you. I know what alcoholism and the effects of alcoholism does to a human being, and I'm glad to see that you are on the right side of things. Keep that shit going. I don't want to see you fall off that train at all. So keep that shit going. And everybody give your thoughts and well wishes to Rage in the chat. Raging Girl Gamer. Thank you guys very much. I'll get into the goal that we have here. I don't know why it says, what is this? Goal ends in 3 minutes. No, we're going to extend this. We already have 9 super chats. Let the goal run out. I'll set the goal. I got something fun for you guys. As far as the goal is set, I don't know why I set it for 3 hours or for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm going to remove this goal. Yes. Remove the goal. I will set the goal during the stream. But what we got going on tonight, before I even get into the SmackDown stuff, tonight I've decided when you guys see the goal, you guys can partake. But everybody that donates a $10 or more super chat is going to be entered. I'm going to have this going all week. So we're going to calculate all the names. I'm going to calculate all the names from stream to stream. Everybody that donates $10 or more will be entered automatically into the OTS Royal Rumble pool. And I believe we'll do the drawing on Monday after the Royal Rumble, on Monday Night Raw for that specific stream. So we'll choose a winner. And everybody that's joined in via their super chats, I will choose one winner at random. And you will win a plethora of off-the-script merchandise. You're going to get a baseball bat beer mug. You are going to get a off-the-script hat. You are going to get an off-the-script t-shirt of my choosing. All you got to do is tell me your size. And I may throw in some extra goodies as well. So make sure you guys get on board with that. We're going to do a nice little off-the-script Royal Rumble pool. So if you guys want to donate $10 or more, you will automatically be entered in that, and that will be happening all week long. Even if you guys want to get in on the action and do a super thanks after the stream is over, you guys got the opportunity to do that. So have fun with that, and Royal Rumble should be really, really fun. SmackDown. Speaking of things that are not fun, SmackDown. In the most simplest ways for me to put this show sucked. I don't mean this show sucked in a way of, man, the wrestling was bad. This show sucked simply because of the sheer boredom that one felt during this show. This show sucked because throughout 3 hours, there was not one single ounce of story that I actually want to emotionally dive into. Imagine yourself standing on a diving board, jumping into a wide open pool. Nobody is around. You got the pool all to yourself. It's a hot 98 degrees outside, and you just want to dive in to cool off. Imagine you diving in and you feeling the bliss of cooling off in the sweltering heat. You're diving in, right? You want to get wet. I want to dive in to story. Imagine that big pool, that empty pool, is nothing but WWE story, the vastness of WWE story. Dive in. I want to dive into story. Tonight, we dove in head first to an empty fucking pool. Empty, because this entire show was empty. Literally zero story that one could emotionally invest in. WWE is on autopilot. They are on autopilot to the Royal Rumble. And everything that they want at the Rumble is going to play out at the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I don't know how many contract signings we need to sit through. I don't know how many promos we need to sit through that absolutely go nowhere. It just needs to go away. It needs to end. Whatever the next chapter is, let's move on. Randy Orton, if he shows up, great. That'll be a nice extra chapter to what I think is one of the best things that SmackDown has had in the last 6 to 8 weeks. But right now, man, we're fizzling out. You're trying to smoke the last butt of the cigarette, and there's nothing coming out. It's over. Let's get to the Rumble. Let's get on to the next chapter, or whoever Cody is going to wrestle next, or whoever Kevin Owens is going to wrestle next. Let's get through that. We literally got nothing from either man tonight. And there was no brawl. There was no choice words because WWE has Saturday night's main event, and there's supposed to be a face-to-face with both of them for whatever reason tomorrow night in San Antonio with Shawn Michaels overlooking the segment. He's going to be actively involved. So, of course, they weren't going to give you anything tonight because they have it planned for tomorrow. Outside that, I can't even begin to tell you what even mattered on this show. Triple H finally got the hint. Let's start building towards the Women's Royal Rumble. Let's start announcing names for the Women's Royal Rumble. It's exactly what they did. You had a whole segment, Vince McMahon style, with everybody out there. I'm announcing for the Royal Rumble. I'm announcing for the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. It's great. Let's just get to Indianapolis and get everybody involved that needs to be involved for the Royal Rumble. Carmelo Hayes, he got another surprise because the transfer window is finally moving pieces around. The Miz and Damian Priest come over from Monday Night Raw and now find themselves on SmackDown. They finally transferred some wrestlers over to Friday night. Officially, Miz and Damian Priest will find a new home on Friday night. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory will find themselves now on Monday Night Raw. Not the greatest pickup there, but a change of scenery could be great for all four men now shifting brands. Outside that, there really wasn't much of anything else on that show that we saw tonight. Not much. We're going to try and get through it. I'm going to try and give you guys an entertaining stream nonetheless. But has SmackDown become the worst weekly wrestling show? The substance in the ring was not bad tonight. The fact that there is no story is what kills this entire show. You can tell each and every single week that this is a 2-hour show stretched into 3 hours. And from my mouth, from your mouth, from Triple H's mouth, to whomever is in the USA Network headquarters, this show does not, under any circumstances, ever need to be 3 hours. It is painful to sit through. If you enjoy pro wrestling, you might have enjoyed it. To me, I'm story first and pro wrestling second. I need substance. A 3-hour show that is nothing but nonstop professional wrestling is not my cup of tea. At one point or another, it was. Story matters. And this show offered little to zero story at all. And that's because we have a Royal Rumble. And they're saving all the major happenings. And whatever comes out of those 2 Rumble matches, they're saving it for February 1st. And the real story and WrestleMania season in itself doesn't start until the Royal Rumble. So we're on autopilot until we get to Indianapolis. So we got to sit through one more Raw and one more SmackDown. And then maybe we'll get some story. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this Friday night. We're going to try and have a good time tonight. I appreciate you very much. We are already on our way to 166,000 subscribers. We just hit 165. The content that's been going up this month has been exploding. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who's watching. I don't know what eyes and ears are on the channel, but the numbers that we're getting for some of these videos that we're putting out during the day, during the week, they are fucking exploding. So thank you guys very much for all your support. I really appreciate that. We got some content coming tomorrow. It's going to be a busy weekend. This is what we got lined up. I'm live with you tonight. Tomorrow night is Saturday night's main event. I will not be covering the show at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night's House of Glory, me and the Solid Monster will be at the NYC Arena. We'll be live on Triller TV Plus. We got commentary duties to take care of. There's a 6 p.m. bell time tomorrow. If I can get home and get all that I need to out of Saturday night's main event, we may go live tomorrow night. Maybe. Depends on how I feel. If not, we'll go live in the afternoon on Sunday for an hour and a half or so, and we'll bang it out on Sunday. Sunday night, after the football games are over, Jesse and I will be live. That will be set up. Him and I are going to hang out with a couple of adult beverages, and we're going to go over who you all voted for in the Best of 2024 Off the Scripts Awards. So that's coming on Sunday night. We're definitely getting it. It's the best time to do it. Wrap it up, and we'll move on to Rumble Week, and we'll have a great Rumble Week as we round out January. Does that sound good? I think so. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all of the content that exists on the channel as of this week. There is plenty of it. We got extras. We got one on Britt Baker. We got one on Ricky Starks. We got one coming tomorrow on Deonna Purrazzo being frustrated with Tony Khan. And Tony Khan basically killing the indies. So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow. On top of all the streams, Jesse and I were live on Wednesday. Solid Monster La and I were live on Tuesday. Monday night, I was live for Raw. Everything you need Go check it out. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 750 likes tonight on the SmackDown post show right here on OTS. Super chats are open. We will read through all of your super chats at the end of the show. And tonight, we are once again sponsored by my great friends over at Magic Mind. There you go, Magic Mind. This is liquid gold, bro. This is the new sleep elixir. I had this last night, and within 15 minutes, I was knocked out. This is fucking fantastic. I got a special deal for everybody listening tonight. I'm going to be taking this a half an hour before bed, man. I'm going to wake up for House of Glory tomorrow ready to go. Can't wait to explain what this is to you guys a little bit later on the show. MagicMind.com. Make sure you guys go check them out. I pinned the link atop the live stream chat. 45% off the Magic Mind bundle at magicmind.com/JDJAN. So go check that out. I want to thank them for once again being a part of the Off the Script family. And we're going to get into this SmackDown post in just a little bit. I want to set this goal up for you guys. Everybody in the chat, if you donate in $10 or more, if we meet, actually, let me see, $10 supers or more get entered into the OTS Royal Rumble pool for OTS merch for a chance at OTS merch. One lucky winner. One lucky winner will get Off the Script swag courtesy of the podcast. So make sure you guys do that. Everybody that has donated $10 or more will definitely get in. And you know what? If you guys donate like Rage is going to get, let's try, just to make it fair. Rage donated 100. And my guy Adam Casper donated 100. We're going to give them 5 entries into the Off the Script pool. So if you guys want to donate, that's exactly what, it's not even letting me start the goal now. I don't know why it's not letting me start the goal. You know, YouTube has really been giving me a hard time this week. I don't really understand. Trying to set the goal. Let's get it going. $10 or more. We got all this set up. 2 hours. There you go. I can't even, there you go. There you go, man. Thank you, YouTube. I really appreciate it. So it's an entry per $20. Yes. So Rage got 5 entries. And, well, she's got actually more than that because she donated 50. And then Adam Casper also has 5 entries. So there you go. That's the rule. Those are the rules. Thank you guys very much for all the support. We are killing it right now. And it should be fun, man. I can't wait to see what happens. All right. Let's get into this SmackDown review. Joe Tessitore spoke as we saw outdoor shots of the state of Texas. Footage of Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Tiffany Stratton walking in. Cody Rhodes was introduced first by Joe Tessitore, and we get the Joe Tess and Cody Rhodes interview. Tessitore started talking, and the crowd broke out into Cody chants. They were all happy to see Cody Rhodes. Tessitore noted how Cody will have his title taken from him to be hung above the ring, and asked Cody how he felt about these being the final moments of him having the belt in his possession, because Royal Rumble, February 1st, it will be a ladder match for both the championships, the WWE Championship and the Winged Eagle Championship that Kevin Owens stole on December 14th at the first Saturday night's main event. So he was asked this by Joe Tess, And Cody said Shawn Michaels knows something about ladder matches. He mentioned Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels will host the contract signing for the match at Saturday Night's Main Event tomorrow night. And reminded everyone that to main event WrestleMania, you have to hold the title he holds, and he, like everyone else, wants to main event WrestleMania. Tessitore asked Cody about Kevin Owens, and Cody threw the question to the crowd, who booed at the name of Kevin Owens. Cody said a lot of people have a lot of opinions on Owens, and they shouldn't, because he will subvert everyone's expectations. Cody called Owens a once-in-a-generation superstar and said 10 times out of 10, Owens will always choose the easy way out. Because of this, Cody said this is why the ladder match is the best way to go, because it will simply be about who can climb the ladder and leave Royal Rumble as WWE champion. Tessitore said he wasn't sure if Owens could remain calm at the Saturday night's main event contract signing, and asked Cody what his final message before the Royal Rumble to Owens would be. Cody said he might appear to be a good guy, but he was the one who defeated the greatest champion of his era, Roman Reigns. And he was also a student of Randy Orton. Therefore, he was and is as mean as people can get. Cody said, simply put, he had only one thing to say to Owens: good luck. That was basically it. So, from me to you and everybody in the chat, what would you like me to embellish on there? They didn't do anything as far as an interaction between Cody and Kevin Owens tonight, because that's happening tomorrow, and that's the big selling point for the contract signing, as Shawn Michaels will overlook both Cody and Kevin Owens signing the contract for the ladder match, because, like Cody said, Shawn Michaels knows a thing or two about ladder matches, being that he was in one of the greatest, if not the greatest ladder match of all time at WrestleMania 10 against Razor Ramon at Madison Square Garden. This was a simple, straight to the point, very formulaic, very safe promo by Cody Rhodes that didn't really offer anything as far as forwarding what has already been presented. As far as Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, the ladder match, the championships hanging in the balance, the Royal Rumble is concerned. It's basically it. Contract signing, this did everything to set up the contract signing on Saturday night's main event. That's where the action will be. And I'm assuming that at the end of the contract signing, Kevin Owens is going to spike pile drive, potentially, or attack, potentially, Shawn Michaels to close Saturday night's main event, leaving the show off in a very dastardly way, as Kevin Owens, like Cody Rhodes said, takes the easy way out. That's what I'm predicting. DIY, who got new theme music again, by the way. I don't know why they keep changing the theme music for these guys. DIY and Pretty Deadly were backstage talking, and Johnny Gargano told Pretty Deadly they wouldn't be able to help them later because Gargano has a match against Apollo Crews. Ciampa told Pretty Deadly to handle their business. Gargano told them they believe in them. DIY believes in Pretty Deadly. This all came after Pretty Deadly tried to see what might happen after tonight. DIY walked away, and Pretty Deadly ran into Legado del Fantasma, who stared both of them down. No words were said, and we go to ringside as the Motor City Machine Guns were making their entrance to wrestle Pretty Deadly in the opening match of Friday Night SmackDown. It's a fine TV match, a little predictable, seeing how things were going for the next tag team title match, which will inevitably be the Motor City Machine Guns against DIY, because that's what the storyline is projecting to us. So we all knew where it was going. It was a fine TV match. Commercial break in between. Predictable outcome. Nothing really exciting. Nothing really exciting. So Pretty Deadly were in control before the commercial break. The show came back. Kit Wilson was beating down Chris Sabin in the ring. Elton Prince tagged in. and he kept the offense going. Wilson tagged in again. Sabin fought back, hits a running enziguri on Kit Wilson, and then gets the hot tag, and in comes Alex Shelley. Prince tagged back in. Shelley took care of both Pretty Deadly, complete with a DDT on Elton Prince for a near fall. Pretty Deadly were then on the outside of the ring. Sabin tagged back in and quickly runs a suicide dive on Pretty Deadly. We quickly go back in. Motor City Machine Guns set up for their finish, which they call Skull and Bones. Pretty Deadly, they work their way out of it to take control over the Machine Guns. Prince landed a big bulldog from the top on Shelley. He goes for recovery, gets a near fall. Wilson is the legal man. Motor City Machine Guns hit their signature double team moves here before ultimately hitting Skull and Bones to get the victory over Pretty Deadly. Nothing more. I don't know what you want me to say here. I'm glad the tag team division is getting some shine. I'm glad we're seeing some competitive matchups in the division. I'm glad there's some semblance of a story to get to the tag team title match. I've asked for all that, which is great. But it's not the most over-the-top, oh my God, I can't miss SmackDown story on the brand. I mean, it's just there. It's fine for what it is. It's mindless entertainment that's going to give us a tag team title match, which should be a banger if produced right between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. Really, nothing more to this at all. Miz was shown. He was meeting with Nick Aldis backstage. Miz said Tessitore does a great interview, but it's not Miz TV. You're right, it's better than Miz TV. Aldis informed Miz he is now on SmackDown permanently. I think The Miz needs more than just a move from Raw to SmackDown. The Miz, to me, is the same old shit every single time we see him. Every time they move him wherever they feel like it fits him best, he's just the same Miz that we've always known for the last 20 years. It's nothing new. He's just there. Nothing's changed about him. Whether you give him a heel run or a babyface run, he's just there. Not exciting at all. Miz then noted how the Wyatts are on SmackDown, and then he got concerned. Aldis told Miz he needs to make new friends, and being that the Wyatt Six are on SmackDown, he needs to make them fast. Kevin Owens and Jimmy Uso, who they love to call Big Jim. Big Jim. JJ4 in the chat says, put respect on the Miz's name. No. He's a Hall of Famer. Great. What would you like me to say about The Miz in 2025? That I love seeing The Miz on my fucking television in 2025? The Miz is fucking boring. The Miz adds to the boredom that is a WWE show. No matter what it is, Raw or SmackDown. Hall of Famer, but boring. Kevin Owens appeared out of nowhere. And Joe Tess and Wade Barrett were talking on commentary. Owens then goes over the commentary table and berates Joe Tess for interviewing Cody and not him. Owens asks why everyone wants to be Cody's friend, because all Cody does is betray his fans. Owens says he will prove at the Royal Rumble that he is the true WWE champion. Matthew McConaughey was in the front row. He was in the crowd right behind commentary and started jawing at Kevin Owens, started talking trash to Kevin Owens. Jimmy Uso's music hit, or who they now call Big Jim, and he walked out. Jimmy Uso stepped into the ring, and Owens asked Jimmy, why is Jimmy Uso in the ring? Why are you here? Jimmy said it was because Owens talks too damn much, and then he attacked Kevin Owens. Jimmy went to the top rope. Owens rolled out of the ring with his winged eagle belt. Jimmy got on the microphone and asked Owens, what is he doing? And where is he going? Jimmy challenged Owens to a match later on tonight. And we have ourselves the very stereotypical impromptu SmackDown main event. Wake me when it's over. Please. Kevin Owens is great. The segment with Cody should be great. I'm expecting Carnage tomorrow night, which is going to be great. Let's get to the Rumble. Carmelo Hayes. He was shown talking in Nick Aldis's office. Melo was supposed to face Jimmy later. Melo was angry about it. Aldis says he has an opponent for Melo, but Hayes says he wants to meet his opponent instead of waiting until he gets to the ring, because the last time that happened, Nick Aldis sent Braun Strowman out there to go one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes, and he doesn't want to have that same thing happen again. So Melo says he will wait in Nick Aldis's office and wait to see who his opponent is so he can get a closer look at him face-to-face. B-Fab and Michin. Tag team match here against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Chelsea Green still the United States champion. Not much has happened in her reign, which I raised the biggest concern of her winning the championship back at the last Saturday night's main event. What actually has Chelsea Green done with the United States Championship that we could sit here and say, yeah, man, this is a great run as champion so far? WWE now has two mid-card championships in the women's division. One with the United States Championship, which has gone nowhere since the last Saturday night's main event when it was determined. And we got Bird Lady, Lyra, who legitimately put Bird Lady in her Twitter profile just to kind of feed off what the fans say about her. I won the Intercontinental Championship to be called ... Bird Lady. Gotta love her sense of humor. Bird Lady. We haven't seen much of her, Chelsea Green. I doubt we see much of Lyra. Lyra's going to be better off because I do feel that Lyra's going to defend that championship at WrestleMania against Becky Lynch. But these mid-card championships have done, especially the United States Championship, done nothing as far as tell a story. We've gotten zero story, folks, out of the United States Championship. Not really making Chelsea Green look like a great first-time champion there, which was the one concern that I had when she won the fucking thing. It's great. It's great for her. She deserves it. But you're going to need to start booking the champion, especially that championship, now with some story behind it. Have we gotten that? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. This match went 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I can't even pull a shot of espresso and go about it properly in 3 fucking minutes. Michin and Niven began the match. Michin kicked Niven. Green tagged in. Michin then dragged Green into the ring and went for her finish, Eat Defeat. Green countered. Green ended up in the corner. Michin ended up twerking, which is now the new thing for Michin. She twerks in the ring to get a reaction, because nobody cares otherwise. Michin went for a cannonball. Green moved and took control. Green suplexed Michin for a 1 count. Piper Niven tagged in, went for an elbow drop. Michin moved. B-Fab received the hot tag. Chelsea Green tagged in. B-Fab worked over Green. Big DDT. Cover broken up by Piper. Niven then slammed B-Fab, and Michin drop-kicked Niven. Green and Michin, they were the legal women at this point. And Michin hit Eat Defeat on Chelsea for the 1-2-3. Michin pinned the Women's United States Championship, or the United States Champion, to get herself a Women's United States Championship match at a later date, which they eventually booked for next week's show, the go-home show before the Royal Rumble. This just existed. Not much to this at all. I don't really know what you guys want me to add on top. Oh, man, what a great match. 3 minutes. Oh, man, what a great story for Michin and Chelsea Green and the Women's United States Championship. There is none. There is no story. Just trading wins back and forth, and that's all it is. Literally nothing. 2 matches in, and no fucking story. 2 matches in, a promo with Cody Rhodes, an impromptu main event. The first hour was fucking painful. Painful. Carmelo Hayes. He was in Nick Aldis' office still, and in walks Damian Priest. He is the one that will be challenging Carmelo Hayes tonight as Damian Priest now moves over to Friday Night SmackDown. Now, I thought Balor would be the one to move over. They moved Priest over to Friday Night SmackDown. Weeks ago, there was a backstage segment in the window of transfer. There was a moment on SmackDown where we saw Dominic Mysterio in the distance. I don't know who else was in the backstage segment, but in the distance, you saw Dominic Mysterio talking to Nick Aldis. And eventually you saw them walk off screen. They were discussing business. I thought at that point, we'd see Dominic Mysterio kind of facilitate a trade of Finn Balor to Friday Night SmackDown so that Dominic Mysterio could be the one to eventually take leadership from Finn Balor and lead the Judgment Day. Now, I don't know where the Judgment Day story is going. Hopefully they amp it up going into the Rumble and into WrestleMania season. I don't know what is to become of the group on Monday night. But Damian Priest is the one to move over to Friday Night SmackDown. And I do think that Damian Priest on Friday night, giving him a new home, fresh opponents, is going to be very, very good for him. And the logical next step after vanquishing Finn Balor. There's nothing more for him to do on Monday night. He's went through it all. He's battled the Judgment Day. He beat Balor. He wrestled Gunther and failed a couple of times. There is literally nothing for him to do on Monday night. So now he's on Friday. I think that's going to be a good move for him. We got a Charlotte Flair vignette. I vomited in my mouth just a little bit when I saw this vignette. I actually watched the vignette and I said, who's that? Who's that? Charlotte is coming back at the Royal Rumble. And Charlotte is going to be entering herself in the Royal Rumble. Now, I heard and seen a couple of whispers online. Oh, well, why isn't Charlotte Flair gonna be the surprise in the Royal Rumble, JD? Because they're saving the surprise for either A, Becky Lynch, or B, Alexa Bliss. There will be other returns for the Royal Rumble. We don't need Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Jordynne Grace, all to be surprise in the Royal Rumble. Charlotte announced herself in the Royal Rumble to give the overall match a different vibe. So now you know going in that Charlotte Flair is entering the Royal Rumble. I pray to God Charlotte doesn't win the Royal Rumble because that would be the most boring and the most predictable outcome of probably what will be the most stacked Women's Royal Rumble match of all time. But now that I say that, I could absolutely see them giving Charlotte Flair the Royal Rumble because it will be the most stacked Women's Royal Rumble of all time. And she's going to be in there with some fucking top tier women. So I could absolutely see that happen. She's back. I'm already nauseous at the thought of Charlotte coming on in and getting placed right at the top instead of working her way up. Can't have that happen. Charlotte Flair work for something? Oh my goodness, man. What planet are we living on? She's declared for the Royal Rumble. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Think everybody kind of knew that already going in. Tiffy time. We got Tiffany Stratton. And this segment basically built upon what we just heard from Charlotte Flair. Charlotte announced herself for the Royal Rumble. Bayley announced herself for the Royal Rumble. We didn't really have any other women besides Bayley, Charlotte, and Nia Jax. Maybe Candice, being that she's with Nia, announced themselves for the Royal Rumble. Here we are. This was a very Vince McMahon-like segment. Everybody out there, which led to yet another impromptu match. Stratton's out there. Said once again, she is the center of attention. Stratton said she wasn't worried about who wins the Royal Rumble because things will still operate on Tiffy time. Rhea Ripley's music hit, and I'm assuming this is all due to the transfer window, which allows talent to just transfer back and forth with no repercussions. Rhea Ripley's music hit, and Ripley walked out. She got a big reaction. Ripley said she knew Tiffy was still new there, but she wanted Tiffy to know she was a women's champion too. Ripley said she respects what Tiffany did to Nia Jax, but it won't compare what she will do to Nia at Saturday night's main event. So basically this was kind of a Royal Rumble build, and let's get one more throw in there. Another little tease, another little dose of a build for Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax before tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event, because Rhea Ripley will be wrestling Nia Jax tomorrow night and will be defending the Women's World Championship against Nia. So out comes Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Nia Jax says she didn't understand why she was catching strays. And that's a young person's phrase. So you guys, I'm sure, get the social media lingo that Nia Jax was using here. You know, my guy Ibu was catching strays for the last 48 hours, man. I feel bad for Ibu over there. You know? I don't condone his behavior, and most of it is justified, but it is what it is, man. The IWC is like the fucking Wild Wild West, man. You don't know who is going to get called out. I'm just glad that, at least for a week, I'm not the most hated individual in the entire community. So Nia Jax doesn't understand why she's catching strays. Jax declared for the Royal Rumble. Great. We already knew that. Nia Jax looked at a kid in the front row and said, "Your mom sucks, kid." Nia Jax said she will beat Rhea Ripley at Saturday night's main event. Nia Jax said she'd take Tiffany's title back eventually because that title is hers. Nia Jax then stepped into the ring. All of a sudden, more theme music goes off, and out comes Bianca Belair. Bianca's out there with Naomi. Naomi asked Bianca Belair if she could believe it. Naomi officially then enters the Royal Rumble. Belair then officially enters the Royal Rumble. Great, man. Finally, we're getting some women's Royal Rumble announcements. It's like Triple H said, well, look at all the guys that I had announced in the Royal Rumble, man. Look at the star power in the men's Royal Rumble. Maybe we should get started on that women's Rumble, huh? Belair and Naomi went back and forth on who's going to win. If you don't win, I'm going to win. If you don't win, I'm going to win. Liv Morgan's music hit. My eyes roll in the back of my head because this is a very Vince-like segment. Liv walked out with Raquel. She's standing in the entranceway. Liv noted how Rhea Ripley lost her man to a real woman. Liv called Tiffany a Liv Morgan wannabe. Liv shouted that she doesn't care about anybody else because the headline news will be all about Liv. So now Liv is declaring for the Royal Rumble match. Great. Great. Liv said Raquel Rodriguez will ensure that Liv Morgan wins, and Rhea Ripley headbutted the shit out of Liv Morgan when she finally entered the ring. All the women brawled. Nick Aldis walked out, and the show went to a commercial break, and we got an impromptu, pal. 6-woman tag team match. Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae against Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Rhea Ripley. Got some decent star power in this. It was fun for what it was. But it ultimately went to nothing and went nowhere. And this all was done to build the Women's Royal Rumble match up. That's all it did. So we pick it up towards the end here. Rhea Ripley gets the hot tag. Liv Morgan tags in. They go at it one more time. Ripley's working on Liv. Belair tagged in. She went for a moonsault on Liv Morgan. Morgan got her knees up. Belair landed a weird looking spear in the middle of this. Things broke down, and Rhea Ripley set up for a riptide on Nia Jax. Morgan broke it up. Rhea Ripley then hit riptide on Liv Morgan, onto Nia Jax. And Belair then hits a KOD on LeRae, but Morgan rolled up Belair out of nowhere for the flash. 1, 2, 3. So Liv Morgan gets the upset victory, and it looked like the baby faces were in control and going to get the win here. Liv Morgan gets the win for her team. That's basically it. Liv Morgan, by the way, is not winning the Royal Rumble, so all the Liv Morgan stands out there that may be watching me at this moment in time, your woman is not winning the Royal Rumble. She is not winning the Royal Rumble, not even factored into the Final Four. She's gone. She could have a nice little role in the Royal Rumble, maybe 20, 25 minutes. She could be the Iron Woman for all I give a shit. She ain't winning it. Liv is not going into WrestleMania challenging for a Women's World Championship. Not going to happen. It's either going to be Charlotte Flair or the name that was reported today. This is from Fightful Select. Major WrestleMania match being discussed for Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley is rumored, take this with a grain of salt, rumored to be going one-on-one with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair have often expressed their interest in facing each other in interviews, and they might finally get the chance to do so. Fightful Select has learned that Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair has been discussed for WrestleMania 41. Ripley and Belair have been two of WWE's top stars for the past several years, but they have largely been kept apart, aside from some teases here and there, and biggest of all, they were both the cover stars, I believe, for last year's WWE 2K video game. And they were in the video advertisements, and they filmed some things together for the video game. So it might have been a little bit of a precursor to what eventually would be a future matchup. Ripley recently regained the Women's Championship by beating Liv Morgan on the Netflix debut of Monday Night Raw, while Belair continues to be one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, with Naomi, as they still have the Jade Cargill story to play out, and nobody knows when Jade Cargill will be back on television. She could be in the Royal Rumble, for all we know. That actually may get played out in the Royal Rumble. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. Ripley was set to challenge Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Money in the Bank 2022, but she was pulled from the match due to injury. Belair then faced Carmella instead, if you guys remember. Since then, Belair and Ripley have only interacted a handful of times, and they worked together leading into the Survivor Series 2024 War Games match for the women. To reiterate, these are based on discussions and tentative plans, and obviously plans can and do often change, says Fightful Select. There are only two people I want to see Rhea Ripley wrestle. Actually, three. Three people I would want to see Rhea Ripley wrestle at WrestleMania. One is obviously Bianca Belair. Second would be Io Sky, because they did tease that, and I know Io would be a huge fan favorite, as now the Royal Rumble is sitting at 60,000 plus tickets sold. Io would fucking melt the football field, Lucas Oil Stadium. Io winning would be fucking unbelievable if she won the Royal Rumble. Bianca, Io. My dark horse pick for the Royal Rumble. And I want to believe that this is a serious dark horse pick. I do believe that if she's in it, she will win it. I do believe it would be a great match for Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania and something that could have a great story behind it, as both women both have the size, the speed, and the body structure to have a great match. And both are great professional wrestlers. I would love to see a dark horse Jordynne Grace win the Royal Rumble. I think that would be great. Now, I don't know if they're going to go and immediately do that. She will be in the Royal Rumble. She will be signing with WWE. She just wrapped up with Impact, but I would love to see that. I think that would be fantastic. Anybody but Charlotte Flair. Anybody but Charlotte Flair. But WWE in Vegas, you got to think Vegas. You got to think Vegas Strip. You got to think the fucking showcase, right? The mega box office draw. What is the biggest box office draw for Rhea Ripley? Not Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's going after Tiffany. What is the biggest box office draw for Rhea Ripley? Bianca Belair. I do not want to see Becky. I don't. I think Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley is a realistic possibility for WrestleMania. I would rather Bianca win the Rumble and Charlotte win the Chamber. I don't want to see Charlotte win the Rumble and then Bianca win the Chamber. I think Bianca winning the Royal Rumble will go over better than if Charlotte won it. I think that would just be fucking predictable as fuck if Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. Don't want to see that happen. I don't want to watch another Rumble where I moan and groan over another predictable winner. And I don't want them to add another undeserved accolade to Charlotte Flair, because you know that this will be the most star-studded women's Royal Rumble that they've had in 6 years of this event. Nobody wants to see that at all. We'll see what happens, but my women's predictions for WrestleMania, just based on the championship matches, we're going to get Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. That's my prediction. Charlotte versus Tiffany. If we don't go Bianca, we're going Io. I would love to see that. Bianca and Jade, I don't know if they wrap that up at WrestleMania. I don't know if they unveil who attacked Jade on the road to WrestleMania. I don't. It could be anybody, but Naomi, Bianca stand out as the two that more than likely did it. Maybe it is somebody else that we're not thinking of. Maybe it's somebody that's not even there yet. Who knows? Maybe it's somebody that was paid off by somebody to do it. I don't know. But I think those two championship matches are a realistic possibility. And then we get Becky challenging Lyra for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think that's going to be set in stone. I think that's the best match for both Lyra and Becky at WrestleMania. Shaping up to be good. Shaping up to be good. Apollo Crews. He went one-on-one with Johnny Gargano. 4 minutes. Crews had some offense early. Ran into a super kick by Johnny Gargano. Gargano gets a near fall out of it. 2 count. Gargano stomped a mud hole in Apollo. Ciampa and Gargano pat themselves on the back. Gargano gets back up. He runs right into a big kick from Crews. Crews pressed Gargano and landed a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Crews leapt at Gargano. Gargano moved, followed it up with a back breaker for a 2 count. Gets back to his feet. They trade blows back and forth. And this ends with Gargano throwing Crews to the outside, where Ciampa hit a running knee on Apollo behind the referee's back. Motor City Machine Guns walked down the aisle. This distracted Gargano. Soon as he saw Gargano distracted, Crews rolled up Gargano for the 1, 2, 3. 4 minutes. not really much to say here, but Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they have judgment coming to them. Their tricks, their manipulation is all getting flushed down the toilet. Apollo Crews has exposed them. And now the Motor City Machine Guns are getting the tag team title match because DIY has lied their way into a WWE tag team title reign. They tried to use Pretty Deadly to help them. They faked who attacked the Street Profits. Everything's unraveling right before their very eyes. Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu's a great promo, huh? Great promo. He's cutting a promo with Tama Tonga as he's walking through the backstage area, as they walk through Gorilla, as Tama Tonga gets ready to battle LA Knight. Jacob Fatu says he was both Godzilla and King Kong. And he cut a promo on Braun Strowman while walking to the ring. Obviously, that's going to be a fun match tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event. Fatu told LA Knight that Tama Tonga was coming for him. He then accompanied Tama Tonga through the curtain, through Gorilla, and out to the stage and aisleway. And we get LA Knight, who made his entrance. He had a microphone before his match, and he said, "Let me talk to you." He talked about how he got his ass kicked last week, but it was all worth it as long as he got a shot at Tama Tonga tonight. Knight then mouthed off at Fatu and said when he gets done with Tama Tonga, he's coming for Fatu. And he ended with calling himself the megastar, with everybody saying, L.A. Knight, yeah. So this went 12 minutes. This went longer than Apollo Crews and Johnny Gargano. This went longer than B-Fab, Meechin, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven. And this went longer than the Kevin Owens, Jimmy Uso segment. So we got this one match that equaled all of the last 4 segments combined. 12 minutes. This was good. I figured LA Knight would win. I didn't really expect Tama Tonga to defeat LA Knight, but this was pretty good. Knight had control early. Action goes to the outside. Tama Tonga threw LA Knight into the crowd barricade. He then walked the crowd barrier and clotheslined Knight off the barricade. They get back in the ring. Knight hits a springboard shoulder block, which looked great for a 2 count. Knight landed a back body drop. Clothesline Tonga over the top rope to the outside. LA Knight follows him out. And then Tama Tonga rammed LA Knight into the corner of the ring steps, and we go to a commercial break. LA Knight is in control after the commercial. He hits a neck breaker inside for a near fall. Tama Tonga came back with a leg whip. He then went to work on Knight's leg. Tama Tonga went for a vertical suplex, and LA Knight countered into a neck breaker. Tama Tonga cut off a LA Knight comeback. Knee right to the midsection, cut LA Knight off. Knight then worked his way back again to cut Tama Tonga off. As Tama Tonga went to climb the ropes, LA Knight hits Tonga off the apron and onto the commentary table. LA Knight rolled Tama Tonga back into the ring, lifting him up, but Tama Tonga counted into his DDT finish, and Knight kicked out of 2. So Tama Tonga placed LA Knight on the top rope. Both guys are now trading blows back and forth. LA Knight threw Tama Tonga off the top rope and executed his step-up elbow from the top, which always looks great from LA Knight. Fatu then climbed onto the apron and allowed Tama Tonga to get in a roll-up kick out. In the end, Knight hit the BFT on Tama Tonga for the win. So he beats Tama Tonga. After the match, Fatu immediately took care of LA Knight and dropped LA Knight on top of the commentary table. LA Knight dumped on his head as he rolls off the table and lands right on the back of his head on the mat. Braun Strowman's music hit, and Strowman came out to stop the beatdown on LA Knight. Fatu and Strowman had a stare down, and he tried to go after Fatu, and Tonga got in the way. Fatu punched Tonga away and stepped into the ring with Strowman. Fatu and Strowman circled each other. Strowman tore off his shirt. Crowd popped. Tama Tonga hopped on the apron, but Strowman clotheslined Fatu over the top. And Tama Tonga then stopped Fatu from getting back into the ring to get back after Strowman. And the segment came to a close. So, nice little tease for the Saturday night's main event. Clash of the Beasts here from San Antonio. That is the one match I'm looking forward to most. I think Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman's going to be a great match. Fun, 10-minute match, carnage. I think it's going to really be entertaining. So I'm looking forward to that most tomorrow night. And I thought this was a very simple yet effective way to build even more intrigue. You know, you hear the crowd pop when they get in the ring. He takes his shirt off, this Braun Strowman. They circle each other, two big beasts ready to butt heads. I think that's going to be a great match. They did a very good job of building that. And I think it's going to be cool. I love monster matches, especially when you got Strowman, who is not bad. And he is a great controlled chaos. And then you got Jacob Fatu, who is as reckless as anybody in a great way and just unpredictable in a great way. You mash those two styles together, and it's going to be a great match. So I'm very much looking forward to that on Saturday night. Miz, he was shown backstage talking to Austin Theory and Grayson Waller backstage. Miz then pitched Marine 7 because Nick Aldis says he needs friends. So he's trying to make friends because the Wyatt 6 is on Friday Night SmackDown. He pitched the Marine 7 and said they would all be rich. Aldis walked in and told Waller and Theory, hey guys, you're going to Raw for good via the transfer window. Miz was upset. He was confused. And now he's got no friends once again. There you go. Damian Priest. He went one-on-one here with Carmelo Hayes. If anybody in the Rumble match needs a solid showing, it is definitely Carmelo Hayes. I just feel like Carmelo Hayes feels lost. He just feels lost. He's used to put everybody else over. He hasn't really hit his stride just yet. He's a great young talent. He's definitely a future piece to WWE. I remember once upon a time, him and Bron Breakker were basically neck and neck. Who's the leader of the 2.0 NXT era? They were both in the main event together. They both battled each other often. And now Bron Breakker is slowly rising the ranks. He's the Intercontinental Champion. And Melo just can't seemingly get anywhere on Friday night. I thought Melo on Monday would be a great move. But that hasn't happened yet. Maybe it still does. I don't know. But I think if anybody deserves or needs a good Rumble showing, and what I mean by that is Iron Man showing, 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, I think that's Carmelo Hayes. Couple of eliminations in there, kind of teasing him, you know, getting close to the end of the Rumble. That needs to be him. I think that would be a great spot for him. Damian Priest and Melo had a very good match. A little clunky here and there towards the end, but I thought this was a solid TV match, and Carmelo got a lot of offense here. And Damian Priest obviously was going to get the win in his debut since he's moved over from Raw. This is his first match on SmackDown, so I fully expected him to win. But I thought that this was a good match. Carmelo, we don't know where he goes. Like I said, the Rumble Iron Man spot would be perfect for him. But let's start thinking long-term about Damian Priest. Where does he go? Where does he go on Friday Night SmackDown? The landscape of things on Friday night is pretty much taken care of if you're thinking and talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest is not factoring into the WWE title picture. That's going to be taken up by Cody and KO and Randy Orton and possibly John Cena Who knows what championship he's going to go after? We don't know. We don't know what plans The Rock has. For all we know, Rock is challenging Cody at WrestleMania. Roman's going to get back involved. So the World Championship right now is definitely not going to be for Damian Priest. Not yet. This year is not that time for Damian Priest. The United States Championship is the only other championship that I could see him going after. And if WWE wants a solid opponent for Shinsuke Nakamura, then Damian Priest is that guy. I think Damian Priest holding the championship is a lot better than Nakamura, as I do think Damian Priest is a much more accomplished professional wrestler in the WWE style of things, since we've seen him kind of come into his own over the last 12 months. Have some bangers with Balor. Have some bangers with Gunther. I think Damian Priest holding the United States Championship would be a great move. I could see Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest rekindling their feud for the United States Championship. Damian Priest versus Carmelo, Damian Priest versus LA Knight, Damian Priest versus Andrade. I could see some nice United States Championship matches with Damian Priest. You got to give me story. You got to give me a reason to care, but the talent is certainly there. One negative is he was challenging for the World Championship on Monday night and then kind of gets delegated or cut down to a United States Championship. He goes from the world title on one brand to the secondary title on another. It's not really going up. It's kind of going backwards. But Damian Priest is a very good in-ring performer. Hopefully they know what they're doing with him. Melo, he had the upper hand early. Got a lot of offense here. Priest put a stop to that with a big elbow. Priest walked the top rope like The Undertaker, came down with a flying crossbody and gets a near fall on Melo. We go to the outside. Priest tried to run Melo into the ring post. Melo countered and kicked Priest repeatedly. He posed on the second rope, taunting Damian Priest, and we go into a commercial break. Come back from the break. Melo is still on offense. He landed a big dive on Priest on the outside. Rolls him back into the ring. Melo hits a crossbody from the top rope. He goes for a quick cover. He gets a 2 count. Melo worked on Priest's arm. He then chopped Priest, and Priest finally woke up. He followed with a broken arrow and a front face slam for a 2 count. We go back to the outside. Priest shoulder blocked Melo into the timekeeper's area. We go back into the ring. Melo went for a springboard move. Priest caught him. And then Melo came back with his first 48 for a near fall. Melo went to the top. Priest moved. And he avoided nothing but net from Carmelo. Priest clotheslined the shit out of Carmelo, set up for his finish, South of Heaven. And that was basically all she wrote. 1, 2, 3, and Damian Priest beats Carmelo Hayes in his first SmackDown match since he's come over from Raw via the transfer window. That's it. That's it. Where do you guys see Damian Priest? United States Championship? Maybe. It's probably the best spot for him. Nakamura ain't doing shit with that championship. Seems to be a boring champion, right? I don't know. How much equity does Damian Priest have right now, coming out of Judgment Day and doing the thing with Balor and ending that and now standing on his own? Is anybody as interested in Damian Priest as they once were? It's going to be tough to build him back up to that point. Maybe Malachi. That's another option. If Malachi Black or Aleister Black is coming in, that could be a potential feud for Damian Priest. I could absolutely see that happening. We'll see what happens there. Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, they were backstage arguing. Nick Aldis was right there. Turns out we're getting a tag team title match at the Royal Rumble. So we're getting another match added to the Royal Rumble. So we have 4 matches now for the Rumble. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the WWE Championship. Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team titles and the 2 Royal Rumble matches, the men's and the women's. There you go. Nice to see a tag team title match get on a pay-per-view. 2 out of 3 falls. Should be a banger. Next week on SmackDown, DIY will team with Pretty Deadly to face Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza. Liv Morgan will go one-on-one with Naomi. Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes, and Chelsea Green versus Michin for the Women's United States Championship. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Being that we got nothing of interest on Friday Night SmackDown tonight, and it looks like more of the same next week, I might not even cover SmackDown next week. Just largely a waste. We'll pick things back up, potentially going into the Elimination Chamber, but, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. These shows offer literally, there's nothing for me to talk about here. I'm just basically going over notes after watching a show that you all watched. It's very difficult to give my opinion on something and tell you where it's going when they give you nothing in return. It's tough. BC24 earns himself 5 entries into the OTS Royal Rumble pool with a $100 super chat. Oh my goodness. JD, here's a bomb. I've been going through a lull this past couple of months of just feeling drained. Brother, I know exactly how you feel. Absolutely. Not sure if you can relate. I do relate, bro. I do relate. I've had a lot of loss lately. A lot of loss. Mentally drained. He says your motivation helps a lot. There's a lot more to you than just the surface layer of wrestling talk. BC, I appreciate you, brother. BC24 with a $100 bomb right here on Off the Script. As we round out this SmackDown post-show, Michelle McCool was shown in the crowd. Mark Henry was shown in the crowd, being that he is from Silsbee, Texas. Michelle McCool is also from Texas, as is The Undertaker, her husband. So she was in attendance tonight. She may be a little Easter egg. She may be in the Royal Rumble match, as she has been a frequent surprise in the Women's Royal Rumble. We may see Nikki Bella in the Royal Rumble, as it was reported this week that Nikki Bella might be coming back to the WWE and wrestling full-time on either Raw or SmackDown. So we'll see. Damian Priest, he was shown backstage. He ran into Cody Rhodes. Cody shook Priest's hand and walked away, and Priest said, "See you soon, champ." I doubt that. Not anytime soon, maybe in the distant future, but not anytime soon. Miz, he was talking to Andrade backstage. He was sucking up to Andrade. He needs help. Andrade walked away, and Jimmy Uso came in. Jimmy walked past Melo, and Jimmy taunted Melo on his way to the ring. So this was supposed to be a match tonight. So Melo was left without an opponent. He got Damian Priest, who came over from Raw and now is on SmackDown. So the match between Jimmy and Melo that was supposed to happen this week is happening next week. So they had a little stare down, a little shit talk as Jimmy was on his way to the ring to wrestle Kevin Owens tonight. This is the main event. So Jimmy walks past Melo through the backstage area, through Gorilla, out to the stage. He makes his entrance. Melo followed Jimmy all the way from the back to the outside of the stage area, and he attacked Jimmy in the aisleway, sneak attacking and jumping him from behind. Officials ran out, tried to break things up. Jimmy smiled, and Melo was escorted to the back. So he finally made his way unscathed. Nothing happened to him. So he wasn't particularly injured here. And Jimmy made his way out to the ring for the main event. Kevin Owens and Jimmy Uso. Final match of SmackDown tonight went 14 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jimmy is, I don't know, chat. What do you think? Is Jimmy obviously doesn't have the entrance that Jay has. But if you were to choose who was the better in-ring performer, is it Jey Uso or is it Jimmy Uso? Did Jimmy Uso, this is a question for the live stream chat and a question. If you guys have stayed with me for this duration of the review, leave me a comment down below. Helps us out in the algorithm. Do you think Jimmy tonight showcased that he was a better wrestler than Jey Uso? I thought he held himself pretty well here tonight against Kevin Owens. I thought he looked pretty good against Kevin Owens. Now, he doesn't have the flashy entrance, but I guess that's what makes them equals. Jimmy's got the better in-ring and Jay's got the entrance. I don't know. A lot of people saying Jimmy. Jimmy is more versatile than Jay. Promo and look, Jay. Everything else, Jimmy. Yeah. Look at that. Jimmy has got the overwhelming vote in the live stream chat. It's crazy. This was good. Anything Kevin Owens does in the ring is good. So I'm not surprised that this was a decent main event. So the match started on the outside. Jimmy started punching Owens back in the ring. Owens took control with a swanton. Owens ran Jimmy into the second turnbuckle, and he started posing. Owens then threw Jimmy into another corner, started beating him up over there. Jimmy Uso tried to come back. Action spilled to the outside, where Jimmy slammed Owens on top of the commentary table, and then they made their way back to the ring. Only for a little bit. We're back outside. Owens hits a frog splash from the apron onto Jimmy, and we go into a commercial break. We come back from the break. Owens is working on Jimmy's arm. Jimmy tried to work his way out of the armbar. Owens countered with the side slam. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. Owens went back to work on Jimmy's arm. Owens then went to the top. Jimmy cut him off to go for a superplex off the top. But Owens fought out, and he escapes that. Owens then goes up top again. He goes for a swanton. Jimmy got his knees up, which looked like it fucking sucked. It looked like Kevin Owens off the swanton bomb. If you guys were watching, the back of his fucking head came down on Jimmy's knees. Oh, flush with the back of his head, the back of his neck, right on to Kevin Owens on Jimmy's knees. Referee quickly went to go check on KO. Thank God he was all right. So Jimmy sees that Owens is down off the knees. He's in the corner. Hip attack. Both men are down, and we reset. So now they're even. They both get to their feet. Jimmy took control with a big Samoan drop. Goes for cover. He gets a 2 count. Owens ran the ropes. Owens then ran into a super kick. Jimmy quickly goes for another cover. He gets a 2 count. Owens popped up. Landed a blue thunder bomb. It's quite the interesting choice of moves there, as this is Sami Zayn's move. Kevin Owens had Sami Zayn face-to-face on Monday night and basically used manipulation to kind of get into Sami's head. I know you and I are best friends. You know I'm your best friend. I am not going to do what I did to everybody else because you helped Roman, because I know you're a good guy. And I know that you're going to have my back just like I'm going to have your back. Maybe this is a little Easter egg, a little tease for what's to come, that Kevin Owens is using the fucking Blue Thunder Bomb. I don't remember the last time he even used the Blue Thunder Bomb. Owens is talking some shit to Jimmy. He went for a stunner. Jimmy countered, hits a super kick. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count on KO. Jimmy went up top. Missed the Uso splash. Owens lands a super kick. Jimmy comes back with one of his own, and he goes for a near fall off the super kick. He gets a 2 count. Jimmy ran at Owens, and Owens kicked Uso. Uso came back, hits a spear. Jimmy went up top, again for the Uso splash. Owens cuts him off, pulls him down. Owens ran Uso into a ring post, hits the pop-up power bomb for the 1, 2, 3. Good TV match. Good TV match between both guys. After the match, Owens went to pile drive Jimmy on top of the commentary table. Cody's music hit. Cody ran out for the save. Cody and Owens brawled in and out of the ring, And that is the way SmackDown goes off the air with the final sell of the contract signing between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. Really nothing as far as story for this SmackDown. The in-ring action was fine. Couple of fun matches, couple of fun TV matches. But outside that, man, if you're looking for some story to invest yourself in, get emotionally lost in, talk about, the story with your friends tomorrow at work or friends that you watch the show with, there's nothing there. There's legitimately nothing there. This is going to be the same for Monday. This is going to be the same for next Friday. And then we get to the Rumble. And I hope that this autopilot mode that WWE finds themselves on is finally on off. Because we need some fucking story and we need to get some shit going quick. Because this show at 3 hours is fucking absolutely boring. Boring. I don't want to watch a TV show and be fucking just zoned out with nothing going on. I want to think. I want to speak. I want to talk. I want to dissect. I want to have fun talking about what I'm talking about. None of that happened tonight. Literally nothing. If you guys want to go back and watch the show, I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you missed it, I'm telling you right now, you didn't miss anything. You're better off just watching the fucking highlights that WWE uploads on YouTube, and you can dissect this show and get all that you need from a 12-minute YouTube video, so you don't have to sit there and watch 3 hours of Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Even though the show is boring and even though the show sucks, you guys are still showing up to support me and what I do here on the channel. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for all your support. Tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Magic Mind. I've spoken about Magic Mind several times before in the past. Usually when I wake up, I go right to my espresso machine, right to my coffee, and the first thing that I take in the morning is a nice cappuccino or a nice latte or a nice cup of drip coffee. What I've been doing ever since I was introduced to Magic Mind is have Magic Mind in the morning. You can drink it refrigerated, non-refrigerated, straight up from the bottle. Straight up from the bottle. Or, like me, I mix it with my favorite sparkling beverage. I think that's the best way to do it. That's just my personal preference, my personal taste. The mental shot gets me through the day. I have 1 or 2 of those and I'm good to go. I perform. I'm recording videos. I get my emails done. I get my podcast stuff done. Cutting up shorts for the channel. Cutting up stuff for the second. I'm like fucking Speedy Gonzalez, man. Getting everything done. Focused. I'm motivated. And it's always great to take that in first in the morning instead of going right for the coffee. It also means less midday naps for me. I love my midday naps. I do. But with Magic Mind, those naps are non-existent. But being that I'm up late, and these shows go on late, I don't usually get to bed till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. A content creator who streams at night, man, their sleep schedule is all messed up. It's all messed up. I have a very difficult time sleeping. When I finish this show, I probably won't get to bed till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm up watching YouTube videos to get sleepy, or I'm playing Destiny 2 on my PS5, or I'm just doing work-related stuff, and I try to get ahead for the next day. So what Magic Mind has done is created the sleep elixir. And let me tell you something, man. This thing, I had a few of these this week. And when I tell you that I fell asleep within 10 minutes of taking one of these, that's it. Drink this a half an hour before bed, and you're good to go, man. And let me tell you something. The best thing about this little bottle, This thing tastes delicious. If you like lavender, if you like chamomile, if you like that florally taste, this lemony, this is great. I haven't drank this straight up yet because, again, my preference is mixing it with a sparkling beverage. But I did taste this just a little bit, and I'm telling you, man, you're going to love how this tastes. And this is what you're going to get with this sleep elixir. There's no melatonin. There's no melatonin. It's non-habit forming. There's no grogginess, and it supports relaxation. I did not wake up groggy. You know when you take melatonin? You take a whole pill of melatonin, you wake up the next morning, and you are groggy as shit. Been taking this all week, man. Not 1 ounce of grogginess. For relaxation, they got passion flower and lavender. For falling asleep, lemon balm, chamomile. And for sleep quality, they have kava and magnesium. Let me tell you something, man. If you're a content creator and your sleep schedule is all messed up, this is going to be your new best friend. Magic Mind is giving everybody an offer that you can't resist. Tonight, Magic Mind is supporting the show and giving all my listeners up to 45% off the Magic Mind bundle at magicmind.com/JDJAN. I know what I'm doing after the stream is over. I'm taking me some Magic Mind sleep elixir, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow and we go to House of Glory and I sit next to the Solid Monster and I do my thing on commentary. I'm going to wonder why I'm on top of my game, because I got a great night's sleep with Magic Mind. MagicMind.com/JDJAN. 45% off the Magic Bundle. And it's in stores too. Sprouts, H-E-B, Central Market, shipped internationally to over 65 countries, and there's no risk. And they're so confident in what they have created and what they've built that they will refund you 100%, no questions asked, for 100 days after buying Magic Mind. That doesn't sound like a great deal? I don't know what does. Check them out today. I want to thank them for once again supporting the podcast right here on Off the Script. Let's get to these super chats. Once again, if you guys want to get in on the Royal Rumble OTS pool, $10 or more super chat will enter you in the pool. If you're like Raging Girl Gamer and you donate 100, that's five entries into the Rumble pool. Adam Casper, 5 entries into the Rumble pool. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. JDOTS, I hope you all have a good weekend. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Promo code is magicmind.com/JDJAN. Nate with a $2 super chat. Who's going to be the first to break the new LED table? It may be Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman on Saturday night. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. 3-hour SmackDowns, and we got no Roman. About 15 minutes of Cody and KO. Made the show drag and a little dull. The Bloodline story feels like a non-factor on SmackDown, because Roman is going to be on Raw, and we're going to see most of the story play out on Raw, which makes me believe that we have a real shot at Roman and Rock this year. So we'll see what happens there. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with the $10 super chat. He's in the Rumble pool. Hey, JD, I've been watching the show for a while now. Happy to finally join the OTS family membership. On another note, I enjoyed KO shit-talking to Matthew McConaughey on the show tonight. KO is always great, huh? Best in the world, Matt. He's in the Rumble pool. It does my heart really good to see that TNA, after all these years, is doing good and getting buzz. It was TNA that kept me a professional wrestling fan after WCW closed in 2001. Great show yesterday. I did not watch. I heard good things about it. They're coming to Full Sail and having a live show next month sometime at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. Should be good. I'd love to actually attend that, actually. I think Full Sail is a great fucking venue. Studa Beats with a $4.99. Why the fuck is Melo being booked like this? Triple H, do better. Makes no sense. This man helped Braun carry NXT 2.0. How the fuck isn't he getting the same push? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there. Give it time. He's too good not to be pushed. Tony McCann is in the Rumble pool. $10 super chat. Didn't watch tonight's show as I'm trying to stay updated on the Border 2 fire. More than 6K acres already burned. So this show is a good distraction from the chaos. OTS for life, pal. Do we have another fire burning? I don't know, man. Something fishy's going on. Furious Nation's in the Rumble pool with a $10 super chat. What's up, JD, and happy Friday, bro. Wish I could say the same for SmackDown. May, June of 25. SmackDown is going back to 2 hours, and that cannot come fast enough. SmackDown should always be 2 hours, never 3. Well, right now, SmackDown is the worst weekly pro wrestling show, man. It is. It's not bad. The in-ring action is not bad. It's the most boring show of the week, for sure. Dynamite is bad. SmackDown is boring. I don't know what's worse, being egregiously and offensively bad or boring like SmackDown. Rage, thank you again for the $100 and the $50 super chat. Appreciate you. MGM Ballin with a $10 super chat and an entry into the Rumble pool. Seems like I don't miss much on Fridays. Glad I'll be catching real wrestling tomorrow night at HOG, where the best wrestle. We got Ricky Starks. We got Rhino. We got Kenta. Should be a great show. And we just announced Casey Navarro is going to be in the building. Should be good. Adam, brother, thank you for the 100. That's 5 entries into the Rumble pool. Rage with a $50 super chat. That gets Rage another 2 entries into the Rumble pool. Thank you, Rage, for the overwhelming generosity tonight. Very lucky to have you a part of the community. Jay Barker from Florida, 7_4 with a $10 super chat and a entry into the Rumble pool. Hey, JD, what is your opinion on the situation with Ibu of Wrestle Purists and Britt Baker? Will she get an apology? Ibu going to the lowest of lows. I'm staying out of it. I have spoken to Ibu privately. I have given him my advice, being that everybody's always out to cancel me any chance that they get. He's going through it now. I gave him my advice. I spoke to him personally. I will keep that between him and I. I don't reveal private conversations, but just know that I spoke to him. And I feel sorry for whatever he's going through, though I do not agree with what he did behind his Discord. I don't. Tribal Chief with a $2 super chat. SmackDown sucked, but still better than AEW, pal. Studa Beats with a $10 super chat and an entry into the Rumble pool. JD, one thing needs to happen in the Rumble. Someone needs to say his name, and if he doesn't appear, Man, I'll be a little disappointed. OTS for life. Don't worry, guys. I think Joe Hendry will be in the Royal Rumble. David Thiering with a $10 super chat and an entry into the Rumble pool. Hey, JD, just want to say good luck at Hog tomorrow. That Hog show, honestly, is looking way more interesting than this bore fest of a SmackDown. Brother, it's going to be a great one tomorrow. 6 p.m. bell time. Dom Wapo with a 19 months. So excited for Saturday night's main event tomorrow night. Looking forward to seeing King Kong and Godzilla mixed in one. Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes. Let's fucking go. Says Dom Wapo. Appreciate you, brother. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $10 super chat and an entry into the Rumble pool. Where the hell is Solo, and why haven't we heard him speak after his January 6th loss to Roman? Triple H, come on, bro. Does Dwayne have you scrambling with his WrestleMania bullshit plans? Could be. Could be. I don't know what we're waiting for. Eric Aviles with 26 months. YouTube does not let me super chat. I don't know, Eric. I don't know what to tell you, brother. It's definitely a YouTube thing, man. The most I could say is, I don't know where you're trying to super chat from, but try other devices. If you're on PC, it might not let you do it on PC. But if you're on tablet, it might let you do it on tablet. If you're on iPhone, it might let you do it on iPhone. I don't know. Or if you have Android or whatever. Jeff with a $20 super chat. Hey, JD, yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of the unexpected passing of my father, who was also a huge WWE fan such as myself. I'm now 40 and watching every week with my son, like I did my father at a young age. You are the GOAT. Jeff, I'm very sorry to hear that, man. My thoughts and prayers are with you. And that is a beautiful thing that you are doing the same thing with your son like your father did with you, man. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And Jeff gets an entry into the Royal Rumble OTS pool. Adam Casper with another entry into the pool with a $10 super chat. I wish Rhea Ripley didn't have tattoos. She's naturally beautiful without tattoos. I think the tattoos make her better looking, honestly. I do not mind a couple of tattoos on the ladies. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat and an entry into the Rumble pool. In your opinion, JD, do you think the Rumble 2005 is underrated? And also, could you see Finn Balor take care of Judgment Day business at WrestleMania first before jumping to SmackDown if they do a draft after WrestleMania? We don't even know if they're going to do a draft. We don't. This may be it. We may get transfers 1 time a year, 2 times a year, and that's it. The draft sucks. They haven't nailed down a proper way to do the draft, and I don't really care to see the draft again. I think it just makes for boring television. Nobody ends up shifting brands anyway. Nothing is exciting. And the Rumble 2005... I'll say yes. I think it's underrated. Johnny Boy Vaccaro with a $10 super chat and another entry into the Rumble pool. Does anyone think Motor City Machine Guns needs a new entrance theme? I know they're not over, but it's killing me that these guys who I've watched on TNA in the early 2000s are given jobber ovation. That actually may change at the Rumble, bro. 2 out of 3 falls with DIY. Should be a banger. Also, Johnny Boy with another 10 and another entry. Makes sense for Damian, because this kills Priest feud with Balor and Gunther. Cody welcomed him and said, "See you later, champ," foreshadowing something with Cody before Mania. Who knows? Who knows? Damian Priest is not going to win the World Championship. Not yet, anyway. Johnny Boy with a $5 super chat. Grace versus Rhea at WrestleMania or build them for a SummerSlam match? I don't know. I don't think whoever Rhea wrestles, she's not losing the championship. She's not losing the championship at WrestleMania. Gamma Thor with 30, almost 30 months, 29 months. Thank you, Gamma Thor. Appreciate you. Johnny Boy with a 5. United States Championship needs a Gunther champ run. Who do you think could put this title like the IC title? I don't want to see that. I have no interest in seeing that. Cake with a $2 super chat. Doing the washed gimmick with Bianca is horrific. I think Bianca needs a little toughening up, man. I think Bianca's getting a little boring. It's getting a little stale. Adam Casper with a 5, a 10, and a 5. I'm going to count that as two more entries into the Rumble pool for Adam Casper. Guess he really wants to win some OTS merch. He says, does Deonna Purrazzo get buried on Collision or on Dynamite? I think after Tony Khan announced, he announced Queen Aminata versus Deonna Purrazzo versus Serena Deeb versus Yuka Sakazaki. Leave it to Tony Khan to give us a heatless women's match. The winner of this match wrestles Mercedes Moné on Dynamite Wednesday. And after the news that Deonna came out and complained, I'm assuming he's going to end up giving Deonna the win as a ha-ha. I got plans for her, only to have her lose to Mercedes. Sucks to be Deonna Purrazzo, huh? I think Braun versus Sheamus should have waited until WrestleMania, but it's all good. I didn't watch TNA Live on Thursday, but Cardona versus Hendry had a good finish. Matt Cardona is great. He may be in the Royal Rumble. And Adam also with a 5, hoping for a Buffalo versus Philadelphia Super Bowl. And Raw on Monday will be awesome from Atlanta. And Best in the World Matt with a $10 super chat coming in late with a final Rumble entry. Just had a thought, if Chad Gable and American Made get moved over to Friday Night SmackDown, a possible opponent for Damian Priest over the United States Championship. Absolutely. I think Chad Gable and American Made do get moved over and should be moved over. Honestly. Michael Krause with a 13 months. Thank you for all that you do for us, bro. You are the GOAT and always will be my friend. Thank you, brother. Guys, thank you for a great stream. Even though I know the show was boring and there's nothing really there to talk about, I'm glad you guys showed up tonight. Awesome stuff. Thank you for the great support via the super chats. I'm going to get to tallying these entries for the Off the Script Royal Rumble pool. Should be fun. It's going to be happening all week, man. Next time you see the pool will be on Sunday. I will be reviewing Saturday night's main event. And then Jesse and I are going live for our best of 2024 stream. Should be great on Sunday night, man. It's going to be a busy day, so join me then. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check all the videos out on the channel. Plenty of it. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe. And go check out Magic Mind. Go get yourself some sleep elixir. Go get yourself their mental shot. 45% off a Magic Mind bundle. MagicMind.com/JDJAN. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night at House of Glory and back live Sunday for 2 streams. Until then, guys, have a good night. And I'll see you right back here Sunday on Off the Script.